Are you ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, TK?
I'm very excited to be here today.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm a Stormtrooper for the Empire.
That's fantastic. Are you ready to play?
Let's get started.
Okay, TK. First question. Who is the worst faction in recent Galactic history? A. The Galactic Empire. B. The Confederacy of Independent Systems. C. The Rebel Alliance. Or D. The Republic.
Well, sir, I can easily rule out the Empire. They've improved every system they've touched, judged by any metric. The Separatists were pretty bad, but they at least recognized there was a need to change the system. I can't really say much bad about the Republic as they prepared the galaxy and set the stage for the Empire. So, I'm gonna have to go with the Rebel Alliance.
Are you sure you don't want to use one of your 3 lifelines today? See what the audience thinks?
I'm pretty sure the audience would agree 100% with me on this.
Well, if they didn't, we'd probably need to blast them.
Rebel Alliance, final answer.
That's a good answer because you are correct for 500 credits. Question number 2. Which rebel, terrorist, pilot was present at the destruction of both Death Stars? A. Luke Skywalker. B. Han Solo. C. R2-D2. Or D. Wedge Antilles.
Ooh, that's a hard one. If my memory serves me well, all 4 of those figures were present at both Death Star destructions. But the question specifically asks about pilots. And only one of those people were acting as a pilot during both battles. You know, as much as I can't stand that Skywalker guy, I'm gonna have to go with D, Wedge Antilles.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, final answer.
Well, that is correct. For 2,000 credits, your next question. Which representative from the planet Naboo had the most influential impact on our galaxy? Is it A. Padme Amidala, B. Bail Organa, C. Jar Jar Binks, or D. Sheev Palpatine?
Oh, and here I thought the questions were going to get more difficult. I know for one that Bail Organa was not from Naboo, but it doesn't matter. Again, the answer is D. Sheev Palpatine. Final answer.
That is correct. All right, TK, question number 4. Where was the original cloning facility during the Clone Wars located? Is it A. Tatooine, B. Kamino, C. Kashyyyk, or D. Coruscant?
I'm hoping you're going to make these more of a challenge for me. Kamino, final answer.
Again, that is correct. You found that answer much more quickly than it took the Jedi to figure out, TK. Next question for 5,000 credits. And if you get this question correct, you are guaranteed to walk out of here today with at least 5,000 Imperial credits. Question number 5. Soon after the Battle of Hoth, which officer was promoted to Admiral of Star Destroyer Executor? Is it A. Kendall Ozzel, B. Loth Nida, C. Firmus Piet, or D. Wilhuff Tarkin?
Now we're talking. You know, I think I'm going to have to use one of my lifelines on this.
All right, you have 3 lifelines. Audience help 50-50 or phone a friend. Which would you like to use?
I would like to use 50-50, please.
50-50. 2 answers will now be removed, leaving you 2 possible choices. Let's see what we have. Kendall Ozzel or Firmus Piet?
Okay, I was having trouble deciding between Nida and Piet. I know that Tarkin died before the Battle of Hoth, and I believe Ozzel died either during or right before Hoth. I'm more familiar with Piet, but I know I've heard of Nida, though I'm not sure he was ever promoted beyond captain, so yeah, I'm gonna go with C, Firmus Piet. Final answer.
For a guaranteed 5,000 credits, you are correct. Next question, TK. Which battalion was also known as Vader's Fist? Was it A, the 501st, B, the 112th, C, the 104th, or D, the 7th Sky Corps?
I'd like to use my next lifeline, audience's help.
All right, audience, let's help our friend out here. Which battalion was also known as Vader's Fist? The 501st, the 112th, the 104th, or the 7th Sky Corps? Pick up those clickers and answer now. We'll give you just a couple more seconds to answer this question. Remember, 7,500 Imperial credits are on the line. And the answers are in. Let's see what we've got. The audience says the answer is A, the 501st. What do you think, Trooper?
You know, that sounds right to me, but it's just so hard to know for certain. We deal with so many numbers on a daily basis. It's hard to keep track of them all, but 66% audience says the 501st, so I'm gonna go with the 501st. Final answer.
Ooh. Well, sometimes the audience can be wrong. But not in this case, because A is correct. Moving on to the 10,000 credit question. Which of the following was Senator Leia Organa of Alderaan known as after she was caught stealing blueprints from the Empire? A. Princess Leia. B. Part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. C. Leia the Stormtrooper Slayer. Or D. General Leia Organa.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue.
Now remember, you still have one lifeline left, TK. You can call a friend.
I think I'm going to have to take advantage of that and use that lifeline right now.
Who would you like to call?
I would like to call Kyle.
And who is Kyle?
He's one of my buddy's former roommates. He's part of the new merger organization.
Your pal's roommate. Why him? Is he a stormtrooper?
No, but he knows a lot about the Empire and Galactic history.
Oh, he is a radar technician. Those guys have no communication skills, but they are smarter than your average chiss.
I don't think so, but he is very smart. Somewhat of a collector, I believe.
Well, let's get a hold of him. Kyle, please. This is TK1857919 with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? How are you doing today?
How did you get this number?
Your friend TK7152460 has earned 7,500 credits and is going for 10,000 and has asked for your help with the next question.
I do not friend stormtroopers.
Well, you have 30 seconds starting now.
Which was Senator Leia Organa known for after being caught stealing blueprints from the Empire? A. Princess Leia. B. Part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. C. Leia the Stormtrooper Slayer. Or D. General Leia Organa.
Who put you up to this? Was it forged you? This is some kind of prank, isn't it?
Please, we only have a few seconds left.
Why would you talk about my mother that way, you insolent, mindless bantha fodder of a...
Oh, and that's the time. Your friend didn't seem too helpful on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this guy knew more about galactic history.
Well, you can walk home now with 7,500 credits, or you can guess an answer. But if you guess wrong, you will still be walking home with 5,000 credits.
You know, those are too close. I'm gonna go for it.
He's going for it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going for it.
Okay. It really could be any of those. But, I'm gonna go with my first instinct. There's just something catchy about Leia the Stormtrooper Slayer. I'm gonna go with C. Final answer.
It is very catchy indeed. However, the correct answer is B. Coined by Darth Vader himself, Leia was branded as part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor upon being captured upon the Tantive 4, custodian of the stolen Death Star plans. But thank you, TK, for joining us today. You still go home with 5,000 Imperial credits. Join us next time on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Stormtrooper Edition.